All right, we're going live, and there's a guy back here behind me. What's he doing? You gonna say hi? Yeah. Say hi to everybody. Okay, I gotta put together I'm gonna do a podcast today. We're gonna have a little chit chat. It's gonna be really free form. I have 0 notes on this one, but just feel like I should talk about it. Come here, you. And who's this little guy?
Jackie.
Jackie. He's got a mouthful of something. You chew that up. You chew that up. So this is my boy. This is Declan. Say hi. There you go. Good job. See, he's got a mouthful of food. I tell him he cannot talk when he has his mouthful of food, right? But you can chew, 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 chew. So, all right.
That clock.
Well, that's you. That's me. And this is the camera. Where to see?
What's that on?
What's that on? What do you mean? What's that on? What's what on?
Say hi.
And here comes mommy too,
Hi.
saying hello.
Hello.
It's the whole family, everybody. Alex, what's up?
Hey.
Is my name a South Park reference? No, not really. It just felt like a Daniel Boone reference, actually.
Declan. Mr. Schmacky Schmack. Jackie, you want to go to the park with me?
Yeah.
All right, kids, have fun at the park.
Want to wear your stinky
And
shoes?
I am going to do a podcast today, so. I'm going to make some notes as I go with you guys. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Good to see you. La 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 la. Okay. So. Shut it. Okay. You are. There we go. Making little notes while I'm chatting with you here because I'm going to do a podcast today. So let's get in here. Let's all get in here. Let's get all nice and comfy and talk to each other in slow, drawn-out tones. Why? I have no idea, but I'm doing it because I don't know. I'm probably going to do that more when I'm in here. Let's check on the mic. How's the mic doing? How we doing over here? Let's crank it up just a hair so we can get some really good sound out of this thing so I can talk like this. And it's right in the mix there, so it's not so bad. Cool. All right. Now, there we go. Blah, 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 blah. So, okay. So today I have been looking at new units for us to move into. And there's some pretty cool views here. You know what? Let me see if I can share something with you here. Let's see. Is this the one? This is the one that's really high up there, I think. Yeah, this is craziness. No, let me show you one. I'll show you what we're looking at. This is pretty cool. I mean, there's one unit in particular that we like, right? And it looks pretty good. And it's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's got what we need. It's got everything we need. Only problem is, let's see if I can do this here. Let me show you. Only problem is, share screen. Sharing screen. We're supposed to have a good computer. Yeah, let's share audio. Look at the share audio checkbox next to the window. Share video with audio. Okay, great. Share screen. Check this out. Let me show you. All right. Yes. Share. All right. Here we go. And there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? Did you see that? Let me show you that. Okay. I'm not sure you can see that. So stop sharing screen. Let me know if you saw that. So yeah, that would be the view. And it's up on like I want to say it's like the 39th floor. I mean, that is up there. And there's another one on the 42nd floor. So it's like, I mean, that's high, guys. It's really up there. And it's funny because we were up on, how high are the floors? We were up at the Q1. Let's see, how high is the Q1? How many floors on the Q1? Here we go. Let's find out. 78. 78 floors. So, wait, 78. Eureka Skydeck. Where the hell is that? Because this is the highest one. So 78 floors. So we went up to the 78th floor on the top of the Q1. And I mean, and it was gorgeous. It was amazing. Looking around everything, you're like, oh, this is so beautiful. And it's a little disconcerting when you're up there because it like takes you like 45 seconds to get up there in the elevator. So you're like, it's a little like creepy, right? And so it took some time, but it was, I mean, it's just amazing. It's just exhilarating, right? So we've been manifesting. We've been like, this is what we're going to have, right? We want it in this building and we want everything that we want. And, you know, that's it. We want a nice place. And it's got balconies, as you can see. I mean, we can see the horizon. You can see it all. It's just like, damn, that's cool. But the question is, would we get a little height sick? You know what I mean? Because that's something to be concerned with. And I mean, the good thing is it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and we'd be paying very similar to what we're paying now. We just have to pay utilities. So it's really interesting. There's some other ones. There's another deal that is really similar to this one, and it's higher up, has a view, but it's not of the ocean. It's on behind us, which is, there's a river, which is still a lovely view. But, you know, I'm kind of like, I want to see that beach, man. I really want to see that beach. So I don't know. So I'm just going to keep looking and see what we can find. But there's, wait a minute, another one just came in. Excuse me, this just in. Let me see what we're dealing with here. So this came up, and this is up way south. See, it's hardcore when you're looking and you're like, I really, you know, I want to stay close to this, you know. But I'm like, you look at something and you go, wow, that's really pretty nice, actually. It's really quite nice, actually. Wow, hell of a kitchen, brand new. It's Here is possibility, but it's far away. It's not what we want really. It's not great. Okay, it's all right. So the reason we want to stay here is because, like I've told you guys, it's like super cool. And I said, you guys can look it up. Chevron Renaissance, Surfer's Paradise. Look it up and be like, dude, this is freaking crazy. What a cool place, right? And it is, because everything's here. Declan goes to his preschool right out here. And I mean, we don't spend any time on the balcony anyway, really, but it's the view. I'm like, cool. I want to go out there. And, yeah, I want to go out there and hang out and look over the. Yeah, no, I don't. But to be inside and see that and be able to see when storms come in or you see the clouds and be like, oh my God, so beautiful. And I can see the beach. That's what I want. There's another one that is right across from the beach, like literally right across from the beach. It's older, but it's up on like the 3rd floor. And it's like, there's the water right there. And that's a possibility because it's down. It's directly, the beach is just right down there. So it's like 3-4 blocks from here. And I mean, that changes things. It doesn't make, it means that everything is not as convenient. It's like, oh, you want to go to the store? It's a 4-block trek outside. Not always fun. I mean, like right now, it's like we can get to the store no problem inside, not have to go outside. I mean, we do. We go outside because it's, you know, not tons, it's almost beautiful all the time. But it's like we go over there, we go down the elevator, we go in, we come up the elevator, and we're back. So it's like 5 minutes. We're boom, boom, and we got everything we need. It would be a 30-minute plus trip. And I mean, yes, the beach is right there, but everything else is so. You know what? We're going to manifest exactly what we need, exactly precisely what we need. And what we need is, what we want is very good value for the money, which is 2-bedroom, 2-bath. 1-car parking space would be good because we talked about this yesterday. I talked to this with a friend who was watching Decky yesterday. If I do culinary school in like a place called Robina, it's not on the tram. So there's a tram that runs directly up straight north and south from where we are. And we're straight up to Southport, which is kind of a sketchy area. But that's where like 4 or 5 different cooking culinary schools are. But from what I understand, they're pretty crappy, or they don't do what I want. And then the guy who owns a restaurant downstairs, he told me about this one in Robina. He said, they're going to teach you what you want. Hey, Jimmy, just talking about the cooking stuff right now. They're going to teach you what you want, because that is what I want. I want to get into it. I want to learn. I want to be a better cook. And I'd like to have the moniker of chef. But if that means I have to learn how to run a kitchen, a corporate, all that kind of crap, I'm like, I don't care about that. I just want to be able to say, like, I can cook anything I want and I'm fantastic at it. That's it. And so I'm fine if I don't get that moniker. But I want to go someplace that's aligned, that is quality, that I'm actually learning something. Because I go in there like, going, okay, we're going to be working on cutting skills. Here's all your stuff, and here's what we're going to show you. And then they're going to hear me going, okay, I'm done. Can I go to lunch? Because I'm pretty good. So Jimmy knows what I'm talking about. And, so I want something good. I want something solid, because what I feel is I'm being pushed towards. Hello, Luigi. Good to see you. What I feel like I'm being pushed towards is doing my cooking show, the dating cooking show, which is basically, I'm thinking about, because I was thinking, don't kill your date and other cooking tips. Of course, food game. But, I'm looking at myself. I'm a little older now, so it's like, who's going to listen to this? Who's the old guy telling me how to get girls? I'm like, he's a smart guy who married someone half his age, you dumbass. Yeah, it's like, I know things. I got a book, buy it. But, with the title, I don't know. We'll have to see. Kim says she may have a producer interested already. So it's like, okay, great. Let's talk. Because, I could put it together because I don't know what's out there. It's very niche, and it's basically I would be coaching and doing a dish, maybe 2. Real simple. Like, here's one, the date night dish is what I was thinking. Because what am I doing? I'm dishing. What are you doing? You're cooking a dish. I'm dishing out the advice. I'm dishing up a dish, et cetera, et cetera. So there you go. Mary, how are you? Welcome from Australia to your Ohio. I see your Ohio, and I raise you the Gold Coast. Me. All right, in about a minute, I'm going to go ahead and knock out a podcast today. And if none of you are on my podcast, if you are not, let me find it. If you are not going to my podcast, well, you need to be. I'm going to give you the da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. Also, guys, by the way, if you didn't know this yet, I have started, okay, here's my podcast link. Go check it out. And I need reviews. I need 5 stars. I need all that good stuff. So please go listen and write it up, man. Type it in. Say, this guy is awesome. This guy is amazing. Hiya, Ellie. Welcome. I'm about to do my podcast. So those of you that are used to my podcast, you already know I don't say anything while I'm on my podcast. I can't talk to you guys. So I want to, so anybody that's new that comes in, you guys who've been here a while, please let them know that I'll be doing my podcast in just a minute. So Ellie, welcome. I just gave my link to my podcasts. This is the Mind Scrambler show, normally every day, but a couple of times a week I'll do an actual podcast. So you're going to get to watch me do my actual podcast. And I'm about to do that right now. So, and I'm not really sure how I'm doing this one today. I have no notes. So I'm going to be writing notes as I go on this one. So that'll be kind of fun for everybody involved. It'll be super cool. All right. That'll be great. Okay. Yeah. Good. Awesome. Let's get started on it. And by the way, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. I did write the book Food Game, A Man's Ultimate Recipe for Dating Success, available on Amazon now. Go on over and check it out. Get yourself a copy right now. So yes, what else can I tell you? I think that's pretty much it for right now. One quick thing. I'm going to be bringing up the How to Save Your Marriage During a Pandemic free online live masterclass on October 16th. I've started writing articles on my site, so go to spikespencer.com/blog. You know what? Here's a link to that too. Today's blog, where did I have it? Is this the one? I wrote this one. Here we go. Here it is. Got it. Copy. Here is a link to my latest blog. You'll be able to see the rest of them. This is the one that I sent out today. And if you're on my email list, you'll probably be getting an email later on today about that. So I think I already have that scheduled for you. I will be checking after I'm done here. And that is that for right now. Let's get on it. Let's do a podcast. Are y'all ready? I am. Stop that. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going over here to start up my Audacity in just 1 second. Bless me, Freddie Mercury, that this be a wonderful podcast. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's do this thing. Hello and welcome to the Mind Scrambler podcast. I am Spike Spencer. We're going to have a great podcast today. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about today at all. Now, I have some semblance of an idea. Today, I want to talk about happiness. And I have titled this one, Happy, Happy, Happy. Oh, shut it. Why did I title it that way? Well, I think right now, especially today, when I am actually recording this one, it is the 29th of September, and the year is 2020. The year the wheels fell off and everything went completely batshit crazy. And I'm coming at you live from the Gold Coast in Australia, where I have been in Australia for 7 months due to COVID. And I have no problem with that. I am, quote unquote, stuck in paradise, loving it, loving it, loving it. And we decided we're gonna stay a while because it is so amazing here. And one of the things that really stands out is the fact that we decided to do this. We had an option. We could have gone back home. We could have done that. But there was something telling us, would that make us happy? And we said, you know what? This is what we want to do. We have always wanted to travel the world and with our family and see things and live in places for a time and then go elsewhere. So we'll be here, let's say for 7 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it is. And then we'll move on. Maybe we'll go over to New Zealand and live there for a time. And then maybe we'll go to Ireland, or maybe we'll go to Spain or Malta. I don't know. We'll go all different places. We can check them all out. That's what we want to do because we want to raise our family that way, because travel is the absolute best education. It really is. We've traveled enough to understand that if you see people that travel and have never gone anywhere, that's where you get the ugly American idea from. It's that. You see people and they're like, well, everybody should be like us and blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not. Number one, people are not like you. Let's start that right off the bat. Let's talk about happiness. And that's step one. People are not like you. Yes, I'm typing as I talk to you. Go figure. So I'm making notes on this as I go. I'm actually going to use this for a blog post as well, because that's huge in relationships. Happiness is huge in relationships. And my main point here is you are not responsible for other people's happiness. Understand that. Really think about that for a second. You're not responsible for other people's happiness. And that takes a whole lot of responsibility right off of your back. I'm going to give you a prime example. So happiness comes from within. That is fairly standard, fairly known. And if happiness comes from external things, then you're relying on something else to make you happy, which means you're at the mercy of external forces for your own happiness inside. That's a very scary place to be. Because if you think about it, so that this is, I'm going to go into the NLP thing, which I go into all the time, that I think you'll understand. It's cause versus effect, which cause means you are 100% in charge of everything that happens to you. You are 100% responsible for everything, everything. And it's a hard place to be because most people don't get that. Most people don't understand that no matter what happens inside their world, outside their world, happens for them, to them, any of that is brought on by your energy, by your frequency, by your vibration, by your thoughts that are given to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind acts on these things and brings it about. That's why visualization and mantras and positive focus is so important, because that is the way that you learn by habit to instill happiness in yourself from the inside. It's just like anything else. It's a muscle. It's a muscle that you can learn to flex and become happier. So the more you work at it, the happier you can become. You can't do it for somebody else, though. So in a relationship, it's difficult. How do you work that out? Let me give you a prime example from my life. So back in 2005, some of you guys know my story. I went through a big divorce, bankruptcy, lost everything. Worst case scenario, right? Had to start over. And this is how I got to where I am now, because I learned and I decided I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy and I'm going to move forward. And it took a lot of work and took a lot of years, to be honest, because I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated because my first wife at the time, she was like, I'm not happy. And I'm like, holy crap. I thought we were having some rough times in business and et cetera. So, but it's like, she was not happy. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? What can I do? I'm like, I tried everything. I tried everything I could possibly think of. I read books. I was like, you need space, whatever you want. You want to do this. What do you want to do with your life? Let me help you. Let me be your cheerleader, because I am your biggest cheerleader. What do you want to do? She's like, I want to do some photography stuff. Great. Let's get a camera. Let's, whatever you want, take classes and everything, etc. And it was too late. Number one, she was already having an affair with my best pal at the time. So that obviously part of the devastation, but that unhappiness had nothing to do with me. And I had to understand that. So if somebody said, well, you're just making me unhappy, I'm like, no, I'm not. You are. That's something you have to figure out. It's like people say, oh, they make me so unhappy. Well, that's your choice. That's your choice to be unhappy. You need to figure out how to make yourself happy in whatever circumstances. Why is it that there are people who live in utter abject poverty, and yet they're some of the happiest, brightest human beings on earth? You give a kid, oh, look, here's a stick with a string, and they're happy as they can be. Their imagination lights up, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, I'm fishing. I found this. I've done this. I'm all running around. They're having a blast. Why do you give a kid a box and all these toys in the box, and he takes out the toys and throws them on the floor and then plays with the box? Because there's happiness inside that they can tap into. And when people are not happy on the inside, they're going to lash out to people on the outside if they are at the effect side of the equation. So cause is 100% responsible for everything. Effect is 100% not responsible, 100% victim. So if you are expecting something on your external world to make you happy, then you're at a victim level. You're at a victim. It's like, I want, my wife has to make me happy. Why? That's not her job. Yeah, that's not her job. It isn't somebody else's job to make you happy. And it is also not your job to make someone else happy. Because it's actually impossible. You can make them laugh. You can bring them joy because of your presence and how wonderful it is. But if they're unhappy inside, they're going to be unhappy on the outside. So if they're going to be happy and unhappy on the outside, they're putting out a vibration, right? And if you're unhappy as well, there's a problem. This is where the relationship has an issue because you're unhappy and they're unhappy. You both have a negative energy going at each other. It's not uplifting shit. There's none at all until you both can sit there and say, okay, we're in charge of this relationship. You know, I made a decision to be with you, and I'm a smart person, and I think you're an amazing person. So I made a choice to be with you, and you do the same thing. I'm 100% in charge of my decisions and my mindset, etc. You both take 100% responsibility, meaning you both decide you are at cause, and you realize, hey, your happiness is not my job. Mine is. So therefore, I'm deciding right now to be happy and to stop beating myself up about things, stop living in the past, stop hating myself or being insecure or feeling that I'm less than. And sometimes, you know, that decision is a great decision. Then you go, okay, now how do I do that? Because I feel bad. I feel sad. But you made the decision to be happy. Now, what happens as soon as you make that decision to be happy? It's called your reticular activating system. So you say, okay, I am going to be happy. I'm going to see happy things. You've decided, I'm going to see happy things. So the next thing, what do you see? A butterfly. You're like, oh, that's so beautiful. That makes me happy. And you look and you, oh, puffy clouds. You know, whereas before those puffy clouds look like they might bring some rain. You go, oh, it's going to rain today. Now you're like, those are so cool. It looks so beautiful. Look at the way the sun is hitting that and that shadow. Is oh, wow, that's really cool. You see what's happening is you're changing your mindset because you make the decision. Once you make the decision, things start to happen. Things start to appear. And the reticular activating system, it basically is your subconscious mind's way of finding things. So if you say, let's say, a great example of this, which has been done over and over again, but maybe some of you haven't seen this, say, wherever you are right now, you're in a room or you're sitting down. I want you to just think for a second, look around the room and tell me everything that is green. Think about it. Just look around the room, go, okay, oh, that's green. There's a pillow, there's a plant, there's a whatever that is over there, there's some green. And so you find like, oh, I found like 5 or 6 things that are green. Awesome. Now, what things were red? What did you see that was red? You don't think about it. Why? Now you're going to look around and go, oh, well, there's that. And I said, well, now you are. But when you were looking for green, you weren't looking for red. So when you're looking for green, what are you going to see? Green. If you're looking for happiness, what are you going to see? Happiness. Same concept. The reticular activating system you focus on what you want, and it will show you what you want. Now, there's a negative side of that too, because your reticular activating system shows you what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on. So if you see, tragedy and bad things in the world, or problems and poverty, and that's what you think, that's what your mind is thinking, that's what you're going to see. And you can be like, I don't want to bring a child up in this world. It's so horrible and sad and pathetic and blah, blah, blah. But if you look around and you go, there are so many amazing, beautiful people on this planet. And look at this, how gorgeous things are. Look at the beautiful things people can build, and families that are happy and solid, and people who are successful in business and love and life. Look at that. That means somebody has done it. That means you can too. And if your reticular activating system is focusing on the happiness and the success out there in the world, it's going to see more. And as that happens to you, as you start seeing more, you become happier. You become a more joyful person and a joy to be around. So do you understand what's happening here? By you doing the work and owning your own happiness as your responsibility, you are becoming a happier person, which radiates outward. And that's how it all starts. Everything radiates outward from within you. So if you are out and about and you're seeing all these terrible things, or I think the best thing is like, so a guy walks out of his door and walks down the street and runs into a guy, and this guy is a complete asshole to him. He says, "Oh man, what an asshole." And then he walks down the street and he goes, turns the corner and runs into another guy. He's like, this guy's an asshole to me. These two people are an asshole to him. And he keeps going. And throughout the day, he keeps meeting all these people. He's like, God, everybody's an asshole to me. It's like, oh, guess what? By the end of the day, he figures out you're the asshole. So stop being the asshole. Be fun. Be happy. Be joyous. Be grateful. There's so much to be grateful for. Other people's attitudes, opinions, how they are in their life is not your job. You're not going to change somebody else's mind. Let that sink in for a second. The chances that you're going to change somebody else's mind at all are so slim, it's not worth your time. You can change somebody's energy like that. How does that happen? Well, it's funny. We were just talking, we were watching a show, Brain Games, and they started talking about mirror neurons. And we love neuroscience is kind of a geek out for us. We're like, oh my gosh, the neuroscience of happiness, and the biology of belief, and all these different things like the double slit theory and things of that nature are very interesting, because that's what we do. We coach people in these things. And it was talking about mirror neurons. Well, I knew about mirror neurons many years ago because I heard well, let me tell you, mirror neurons are, if you see somebody smile, you smile. It's a mirror neuron. We do what we see. If you come near, like somebody's walking next to you and they look up, you look up. You're like, wait, what am I missing? Or if they go, whoa, you're gonna jump out of the way too. Why? There may not be, just like there may be something there. They jump, you jump. It's a mirror. You do what other people do. And if somebody smiles, then you smile. You know, if somebody's happy, you're like, oh, I feel happier, because you know. But if somebody's walking at you like, you're suddenly going to be like, okay, I'm going to be walking at you like that, or I'm walking away, or you're going to react to that. So you react to other people's reactions. And there was a test done a long time ago. It was Wayne Dyer talked about this, and he said that somebody they put electrodes or whatever on different people and did an experiment. And there was a person who was sitting there on I don't know, begging or something like that, and they had electrodes, and somebody went up and gave them some money and did a nice deed, or helped them with something, gave them a sandwich or something like that. And they were both being registered, right? They could monitor them. And the person who received the good deed, their serotonin levels, and I think it was dopamine or whatever it was, the feelings of goodness and happiness spiked up because a good deed was done. Well, the person that did the good deed, also their serotonin, dopamine, et cetera, spiked. Their good feelings spiked up. I don't know if I'm getting it exactly right, but you get the gist. And so it went further than that. The other people who were witnessing the nice action, theirs went up too. So happiness and good deeds and kindness is contagious. So to wrap this back around where I said it at the beginning, in a relationship, you cannot make somebody else happy, but you can make yourself happy. And that happiness in turn is catching. It is infectious. Happiness is infectious. It actually is an energetic feeling, a vibration, a frequency, whatever you want to call it, that other people pick up on. Isn't it nice to be around somebody who's nice and happy? Or do you prefer to be around somebody who's sad, negative, and kind of a pain in the ass? I'm going to go with A every time. I like happy people. And it's funny because when you're very happy And people are like, okay, there are lots to take, a little too happy. I wonder why that is. You ever think about that? You're like, wow, this guy is so happy. Why is he so happy? Why is he so happy? Why am I so unhappy? Oh my gosh, what the hell? I didn't realize. Why can't I be happy like that? We all want to be happy like that. We love to be ecstatic and joyous and vibrant in our lives. It's like hearing my son laugh. Oh my gosh, that's one of the most beautiful things in the world. It's so much fun having him run to me and want a hug. I mean, oh my, joy upon joy upon joy. And hearing him cry hurts. And when he's sad or sick, it hurts. I'm just like, oh, I don't want. So it's the same thing with everybody that you care about. If you're in a relationship, other people's happiness is not your job. Get that through your head. One of the things that I was doing when I knew my wife and my first wife, this is a long time ago, like I said, back 2004 or 5, I knew we were having issues. So I was doing everything I could to figure out how to save our marriage. I was the only one doing it, that she did not give a crap. It was already over. I didn't realize that at the time. But I was doing things that were in a book that I haven't been able to find the book since. It was called How to Save Your Marriage, Even If You're the Only One That Wants to. And I forgot the gentleman's name, but he had counseled hundreds, maybe thousands of couples. And he said there is a pattern of different things. And he said, no woman leaves a man who is happy. And I was like, that really registered with me because I was not happy. It wasn't that she made me unhappy. It's just I was not happy with my business and where I was in life. So I was not vibrant myself. So therefore, she was picking up on that. And so, coming home to me was not fun. Or me coming home to her was not fun because it was the same issues every day, day in, day out. And that's what most people do, by the way. Read my blog on my blog site, spikespencer.com/blog. And in there, I do a whole series that I'm working on actually right now on how to save your marriage during a pandemic. And there's a lot about all the happiness and coming home and what energy are you bringing, et cetera. There's so many levels to this. But I'll stick with the happiness right now. You come home happy, you bring happy. When you come home and your wife is happy, she brings the happy, or vice versa, whatever it is. When you come with happiness, you bring happiness. There's a lightness. People want to see you. You come and they know that you are going to come home angry, upset, some cases drunk, etc. If that's an issue. Then not only when you get there is that energy bad, but you've had hours leading up to that of dread from the other person in the relationship. So you see how it gets worse and worse and worse? The best way, the only way to make someone else happy is to make yourself happy, really joyous inside, and infect them. Bring that joy to them, bring that happiness, find a way. And doing it together in a relationship is really great if you both are having an issue and you say, you know what, we made a commitment to each other. I believe in you, you believe in me. I love you, you love me, but we're not happy. What the hell is this? How about we get rid of this unhappiness ball of crap, throw that out and find a way that we can both be happy ourselves and share that happiness with each other. That's the kicker. Because if one person is like, well, you don't make me happy. Well, guess what? I can't. So how about you make yourself happy? I don't want to. This other guy makes me happy. Guess what? No, he doesn't. You're making yourself happy, and that is going to die down. Guess why? Because you're not happy. You're not happy. If you're not happy, oh, he makes me happy. Guess what? The way that happens, if you have an affair and all this stuff and you lie and cheat and steal and all that stuff, how is all that badness going to be wrapped up? And that's external. This external force is going to make you happy. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Now, if you're doing the work and you are happy on the inside and then you find this other person who's happy as well and the person you're with is unhappy, then yeah, there's going to be an issue. But it's happy to happy. But if you've got a bad to a bad to a bad and everything is just bad, but this is a different bad, it's not going to end well. And that's fine. That's somebody's karma. That has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with you. Other people make their own decisions. Live with it. It has nothing to do with you. So, but your happiness has everything to do with you. And that's the important part, because you're in charge. Remember, you're at cause 100% for everything in your life. If you're not at 100%, if you're at 99% at cause, and yet something else external is going to make you happy, then you're not 100% at cause. You're still in the victim state a little bit, and you can't be a little bit pregnant. You either are or you're not. And this is something that I fight with, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, I have my issues where I am not 100%. And I'm like, damn it, I am. And I know this from a conscious point. My subconscious is going, I don't know. Maybe. So it's work. That's why I say it's a muscle that you have to flex. You have to do this every day. You have to work at being happy. The more you work at being happy, like I said, you make that decision and you start down that path to being happy, you find ways. Little things like celebrate your wins. You do something today. What did you learn something today? Try to learn something every day. Like for me, if I go to the store, I always look around like, oh, I'm going to buy something I've never bought before. I'm going to try it because it's exciting. It may suck. It may be the most amazing thing ever, but I'm opening up my life and I'm like, that's fun. When you release money, release it with joy, because you're putting out this wonderful energy into the world. That's a whole other training, but it's something that you will understand as you listen to my podcast, as you go forward in your training and personal growth and self-help. You'll understand there's an energy to all of it. Be grateful for the things that you have. There's a thing in our world, especially in America, and I don't understand it. It's this entitlement bullshit. It's this entitlement. Well, you've got a phone, you got a car, you've got all the food you want, all the water you want, you're safe, you have a home or apartment or whatever that is, and you have internet, you have air conditioning, you have water, electricity, gas, whatever it all is. People pick up your trash. You have everything you could possibly want. And then something happens like, my internet is down, FML, screw my life. What? And people are like, oh my God, I hate my life. It's so hard. That's insane. Number one, look around at the amazing, amazing blessings that you have. If you're not happy with the blessings that you have, you're not going to get more. It's in the Bible even. I mean, this is like quantum physics, but for him who hath much, more shall be given. For him who hath less, less shall be given or will be taken away. And what that is saying, it's not talking about greed. It's talking about your mindset. It's talking about how much gratitude do you have? Do you have gratitude for the things that you are given? If so, then more will be given. If you don't have gratitude for what is being given, then it will be taken away. So have gratitude. Think about the amazing things. I've done some different trainings with some of my membership groups and my clients. Very, very simple things. Have gratitude. Think about the things you should be grateful for right now. Like right now, where you are right now. You have sight, you have smell, you have taste, you have hearing, you can feel things, you're breathing, you're breathing air. That's amazing. Your eyes blink and keep your eyes water. This is all subconscious stuff going on. Your fingernails, your hair is growing, whatever it is. You might be lying down in a nice comfy bed, sitting in a chair. You're watching me on a phone or a computer that is far more advanced than the stuff that got us to the moon. There's a lot of gratitude to have right there. Do you have water? Do you have food? Do you have a family? Great. There's so many levels of what you can be happy for. Are you wearing pants or not? Am I? You can't tell. I may be, I may not be. Either way, I'm in gratitude. So it's like understanding all the great little things that you have to be grateful for. Think of a win recently, something great that happened in your life, and really own that and say, wow, that was really great. I am so happy and proud that that happened in my life. Give thanks for it. Give actual thanks. Say, thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, source. Thank you, infinite intelligence. Thank you, flying spaghetti monster. Whatever it is, be thankful for these things, because that gratitude is what makes you happy. You know, it's like, oh, I'm so grateful for my wife. I am so grateful for Declan. I'm so grateful for the fact that I found StreamYard and I can broadcast to all these places at once. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that are watching me right now and hopefully feeling the energy and the happiness that I'm giving to you right now. This is awesome. I get to share with people. I get to help people. I get to train and coach people. I get to talk in stupid, silly voices all the time and get paid. I mean, the gratitude is off the charts. Do I have my issues? Do I have things that are bad? Shit, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got some huge issues that pile up on my back, but you know what? I take them off my back and say, you go over there. I am happy. The sun is shining. I'm in Australia. It's absolutely phenomenally amazing. My wife is stunning and so intelligent and such a great coach. My kid is such an adorable little man. And he's healthy, they're happy. And we are here and we're together. I have so much to be grateful for. You do too. And if you're in a rough spot right now, believe me, I've been there. Because after that first situation where I learned a lot of this stuff, I lost everything. Atom bomb, gone, zip, zero, nothing. I had to start from ground zero and almost killed myself, but I didn't. And I worked up, and now I've got that happiness, gratitude. I'm in Australia. We manifested this, and we're going to manifest a new place very soon. And we're going to keep going. I'm going to keep growing. My podcast is growing. My membership group is growing. My circle of influence is growing. My beard is growing. Apparently, I got a little beard here. You can't see it, but I'm like, yeah, Kim likes it. You know, whatever. But I'm grateful for so many things. And that is where the happiness lies. Start being grateful for things in your life. Start being happy for things in your life. And then other people will start to feel that. And remember, if they're not happy, it's up to them. It's up to them. It is not up to you to make other people happy. So stop trying and start working on yourself. And the rest will fall into place. And that is the Mind Scrambler podcast for today. I hope you got some value out of this. And I will see you on the next episode with some more outstanding information and mind scrambling, of course. See you then. Bye-bye. All right, there we go. Ba-boom, ba-lamba, lamba. Wamba, lamba, shamba, lamba, ramba, lamba, lamba. We are done. Let me save this, and I'll have a chat with you cats. Boom. Here we go. Happy, happy, happy. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, shut it. Oh, shut it. There we go. Save and save. All right, guys. So where do we go? Where were we? Good for Decky. Find down here. Dave Espina, Spike Spencer, known for dubbing anime films in Japan. Well, actually, I'm not. I don't dub anime films in Japan. I dub anime films from Japan. I have been known to do that. I've done that for about 25 years or so. I have been to Japan. Wonderful place. Do I think it's unhealthy to have sexual relations with an ex-girlfriend? Don't know. That's up to you. Depends on how you're doing it. If it's drawing blood and breaking bones, yes. It's up to you, man. I don't know. There's all kinds of crazy things with that. Let's see. Julio. Hiya, Julio. Good to see you. Thank you, Luigi. Another great podcast. Love it. Very good. See you later, Julio. Well, yeah, I mean, this is something that I was thinking about. Like things come in just out of nowhere for me. And it's like, you need to talk about this today. Somebody needed to hear that today. And I'm going to be writing a blog on this because of my series leading up to my masterclass. And it's things like this that people need to understand. They need to know this. They need to figure it out. Because I forgot to say, so I did a thing. It was interesting. In the book that I was reading, the How to Save Your Marriage If You Only Wants to, it said, try this next time that my ex calls, right? She said, next time they call, be happy. Just be happy. You have to fake it, but think about something happy and then say, you got to get off the line. You're going to do stuff. It's like, hey, yeah, what's up? Okay, yeah, well, great. All right, I'll talk to you later. Boom. Call back like a minute later and said, hey, I felt like, maybe there was something else to say. I'm like, no, it's all good. See you later. Boom. The energy completely shifted. Now, the weird thing was I was doing things like this, trying to work it out. But my best pal, who was, banging my wife at the time, he was telling her things that I was doing and making me look like I was manipulating her. And he was cheating on his wife, and they were, it's just a horrible, horrible thing. They're horrible, horrible people. I mean, it's in coaching, we don't say somebody's a horrible person, but I was there, and I'm like, you can't do the things that certain people do and not be a horrible person inside. Or you really do bad things, and maybe down the road, they like, you know what? A person is not what they do, because we all make bad decisions in some cases. And I get that. But when you break oaths, lie, cheat, steal, I mean, like every commandment, almost every commandment, it's like, and you knowingly do it, there's something wrong there. You've got a very, very low sense of integrity and honor. In fact, it's almost not existent. And there are people like that. And there's a certain value system level that they are at. I would say it's like 2 or 3 and it doesn't matter. Other people don't matter. It's like they come in and they like, hey, wow, look, a TV, and club somebody and kill them. And they get the TV and they go. It's like, well, what happened? Hey, I got a TV. Isn't it great? It's like, you killed somebody for a TV. But look, a TV. That's how the mind works sometimes. So when you're dealing with somebody who hurts you or does something like that, sometimes you got to go, okay, wait, what's their level of value system? Because some people, they just don't have that up here. They don't have honor. They don't have integrity. To them, honor and integrity means something different. What's the honor? I said I wanted a TV. Integrity, I got the TV. Oh, well, yeah, but you did some terrible things there. Did I? I don't know. I got the TV. Machiavellian, man. So it's interesting. I still struggle with forgiveness on different levels because I've forgiven. It's like forgive and forget. I'm like, never forget. Never forget. That's foolishness. But forgiving is not for the other people, it's for you. So I forgive them and let it all go. I'm like, hey, I forgave them when I said I'm at cause. I did all this. So I wasn't being the man that I needed to be. I even apologized for him. I said, look, I wasn't being the man I needed to be to keep this from happening. So that's what happened. I got that. I did that. I got that. They also have to own up to the things that they did. Other people have to own up to that. You let that go. And let their karma take care of them, like vendettas and stuff. It's like, I don't care. I have not looked them up. I have not, none of that stuff. I don't care. People tell me, oh, there's this or that. I'm like, okay, great. I mean, it's like, they won the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, okay, good for them. They exploded in a blimp. Okay, good for them. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It does not pertain to me anymore. So when that things like happen to other people that have done you wrong or something like that, it's just like saying other people's happiness is up to you when it's not. Forgiveness is not up to them. It's up to you. And so that's something that I work on. But I also think people do not deserve forgiveness if they don't ask for it, if they don't really want it in their heart. Like, I don't have anything to apologize for. I don't have to be forgiven. Wow, really? So, wow, what sort of a sociopath, narcissistic, sociopathic person does that? That's something to dive into and look. I mean, that's going really deep. So that's why I'll probably get in depth into that as I go into more training and more coaching arenas. But it's an interesting concept when you really think about forgiveness and the power that it has, because I've done podcasts on forgiving yourself, and that's a huge thing. You have to forgive yourself for your past. Whatever you did with the best intentions, with all of the tools and techniques and training that you had at that time. So you have to give that grace to somebody else as well. You go, well, they didn't have the tools, to be kind, to be just, to be honorable. They didn't have the tools. I don't know how they didn't have the tools. Seems pretty simple to me, but that's me. not them. So I can't judge them. So whatever it is. And people say, love, all is fair in love and war. I got 2 words for you. And the second one is you. Because no, that's not how it works. All is fair in war. It depends. I mean, if somebody's trying to kill me, yeah, all is fair. Because it's like, yeah. But yeah, love it's like, there are ways of doing things. You could be kind. You can always be kind, and when you're not being kind to save your own skin or rationalize what you're doing, you need to take some really deep looks at the inside, because you are not being a cause. You're being an effect. You're being a victim and blaming other people. Therefore, whatever you do is okay. And again, that's not a happy place to be. So anyway, just throwing it out there. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm just babbling along, chatting and chitting. I have so many podcasts to throw in right now. I'm looking at this. I've got one came out today in Pacific Standard Time. It came out in the US basically Monday. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. I have 7 more podcasts, so I'm already through to November. Whoa, cool. And I'm starting to work on my interviews, and I'll probably put the interviews in. In a different order, so I can get those out soon. But I'm waiting, because it's going to get kind of crazy over in the US right now. So a lot of my people are in LA, and a lot of them are very politically active, and pretty much on one side of the think tank. So they're all angry right now. So everybody's like, ah. So it's kind of hard to catch up with them, because they're all like, which I don't do anymore, guys. I don't do. What's my favorite part of where I live right now? Man, it's hard. Right where we live right now, this particular unit, I love when the wind comes whipping through here. I love wind. I really enjoy that. But the convenience. I mean, I walk out of here and we've got elevators right there. We got the elevator over there. And either one, I go out. I'm just like, I walk out onto the street, and if I go out the front, there's the river right there. If I go out the back, there's all these cool shops and fun stuff. And it's like, here's the tram that goes by, and Decky's like, oh, train. He loves it. He counts them. And it's just, everything's convenient and nice here. And we walk. We say, hey, you want to go to the beach? Let's walk along the beach. Yesterday, Kim and I worked. I wrote blogs, and she did her things. And we were sitting right at the beach, right second floor. There's a street and beach right there. Just beautiful. And it's right there. It's just so easy, and there's just so many great things here. There's a feeling. It syncs with my heart. It's in sync with my heart. It's like, when you go someplace and you just go, I like it here. I feel the same way with Scotland and Ireland. Because I go to Ireland, I'm just like, people are like, yeah, but it's dark and it's wet, and I'm like, I've been there, I've seen rainbows, and if it's dark and wet, you go into a pub and you have some Guinness and some Irish stew, and oh man, living like a king. It's amazing. Let's see, Julio, leading the Spike Spencer Line Scrambled podcast comments crew. Well, all right, well, take care. See you later, Julio. Have a good one. You're welcome for the shout out, my man. So I'm going to end this here in just a second. So I know there's more things we need to do today. But I will probably be taking a nap. And then I'm going to go to the gym today because I need to badly. But I'm getting hungry now, so I want to eat. All right, guys, have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing evening, day, or whatever it is, wherever you are. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Adios. Muchacho.